Okay, so here is another installment, volume 4 of Should I Buy This Bike? And I can pretty much guarantee I'm not buying this bike. Now, originally I went to look at this bike because of the low miles. It's a 97 Road King, supposedly had a little over 11,000 miles on it. And I thought, wow, if it's in good shape, you know, it's pretty decent for, you know, a 97 to have that low miles on it. So I took a chance to get down and look at it. I really didn't have any intention of buying this bike anyway, but I wanted to see, you know, if it was worth it. The guy wanted way too much money for this bike. Even if it was in factory condition, he wanted too much money for it. So I'll tell you at the end of this video what this guy wanted for this bike. I didn't make him an offer on it because it was just too far gone for what he wanted. And anyway, let's look at some of the pictures. So you can see at this first picture here, not bad looking. I mean, it's a purplish, kind of a purplish color bike. But again, the pictures always look better than the actual bike in person. So we go to this next picture, and let me blow this up, and you can see the rotor on both sides are just completely rusted. Now, supposedly he had this bike garaged. He did tell me he bought it in 2011. And again, a person didn't know that underneath the ignition switch on that little cover is a key. I don't know how you can own a bike for, what, 12 years and not know that there's a key that goes in the ignition. Or at the very least, you know, if you're going to buy a bike, even if you're not going to do any work on it, at least buy the owner's manual. You can get those, you know, pretty much anywhere, even if you buy it digitally, to learn about the bike. So anyway, we see the rotors there that are pretty bad. There's some, you know, underneath the spot lamps and the turn signal on the right side. And this is the way it is on both sides. And then we get down here to the cam cover, and you can see that he painted over, it looks like some flaking, maybe to stop it from flaking further, but he painted it silver, which it doesn't match. I didn't expect it to, but then you go back here to the engine. And above the starter, you know, there's a plate that goes behind the starter up to the frame that has 2 holes in it. I'm assuming it's for wires. It doesn't really serve any purpose. And you could tell that there was a mouse den in there. It had nuts in there, and it had all kinds of stuff like a mouse. I don't think the mouse was in there because the guy said he did ride the bike. So I'm assuming the mouse wasn't in there. I did shoot some video of this bike, so you can see here is the right side where the brake, this brake reservoir is there, and the stems for the mirror are gone. This bike probably sat out for a while. Now, he did tell me that he was in Dubai for 5 years, but this bike was in storage. Yeah, I don't know that I'm buying that. Look at the picture of this rotor. That doesn't happen over a course of even a year being outside. This bike was out for a considerable amount of time. You can see the rims. The rims have to be replaced in this bike too. There's rust all over the rims. I'm not positive that front rim right there is a 97 rim. I'd have to look that up. But anyway, both rims have to be replaced. Here's some more rust by the brake reservoir up there and the stem for the mirror. And let me show you a video here that I took some video of this bike. So let me. There's just a lot of. I'll play that. You see the heads on there? That's like the one that I just bought that had fits on it.
Yeah, it's just all flaking.
Yeah, you can see it's down like that too.
What happened here?
I painted over that so it wouldn't keep chipping, but I mean, look at those things are all rust. That fog light's all fogged up. Last time it was registered was 2022. Rust over here. I mean, everything is, even the inner primary is going to have to be replaced. Its paint's bubbling up on it. Okay, so the paint on this bike was pretty good, but again, paint is made to be outside. It's made to be in the weather. It's made to be in the sun, rain. Chrome is not. And, you know, I talked to the guy for quite a while. He's still riding this bike. My biggest concern, I don't think I got a picture of it actually, was underneath the shroud for the handlebars and the headlight. That whole area up there was rust, where the head bearing is and everything like that. So I'd be concerned that that part was not all rusted out. I'm sure that the bearing isn't rusted because it is got, you know, does have grease on it with the race. There was a brace in the front that had rust on it. I just didn't see a whole lot of chrome that didn't need to be replaced on this bike. Basically every piece. And I never even started the bike because it just wasn't worth it for me to even listen to it. So in the end, he wanted $6,700 for this bike. There was no way that I was even going to make him an offer on it. I wouldn't pay more than $2,000 for it. If you look at all the parts that needed to be replaced, you're probably looking at anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 to make that bike back to factory. You know, then you're looking at a $7,000, $8,000 bike once it's all done, which is fine. But to pay $6,700 for that bike and to pay $5,000, $4,000 to $5,000 on top of it, it's just not worth it. So, all right, so that's going to end this volume. I actually messaged somebody today about looking at 2001 Road King. And the price is right on this bike. Unfortunately, it needs a stator. They're saying it's not staying charged, so it needs a stator. That's why they've adjusted the price accordingly, which is fine. A stator is not difficult to install at all. I've done that a couple times. I don't know if it has the cam chain adjusters have been done. I'm assuming it probably hasn't because you didn't mention it. And it's got 63,000 miles. So it's something that I would have to work on right away if I wanted to ride it this year. Stator is, you know, a fairly easy job, hour and a half job at the most. But the cam chain tensioners could take probably an afternoon to do. And I don't know if I want to get into that with this bike already on the lift behind me. Again, this bike that I want to buy now is to basically ride this summer and to work on the wintertime. I suppose I could, you know, buy the bike and then take it to a shop and let them do those two things and, you know, pay the extra money for what that bike will be worth. But I don't know. I'm still looking for stuff anyway. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think about this 97 Road King. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.